And please give Goodness a round of applause as he comes up. Thank you. This is not a round of applause. Thank you.
Hey. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Goodness Kayode. I'm the co-founder of Senchamp. And before Senchamp, I was a full-time developer. And I also built like some open source projects that developers use today. So fast forward, I'm going to be talking about building flexible notifications into your applications. I have 15 minutes, so I'm going to use 5 minutes to talk about this topic, 5 minutes to do like a simple demo, and 5 minutes for any questions that you might have. Okay. Okay, I'll just give like a few minutes for this to come up. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think we can get started now. So again, my name is Goodness Kayode. Um, Today I'm going to be talking about building flexible notifications in your applications. Um, um, like I said, it's a 15 minutes talk, so I'm going to talk about everything we need to know about flexible notifications in 5 minutes, do like a simple demo, and if you have like any questions, you can ask. Um, okay, so what are notifications? So the same way error logging is very important in our applications, that's the same way notifications are important in our applications. Notifications answer the questions of how do I know what is happening in my application? How do my users know what happened or is happening while using my app? So most times, you find situations where notifications are triggered by actions that users have taken on your application. So for example, someone is trying to like transfer money, let's say like 500K, and like the limit on that account is like 250K, right? So you want to be able to notify the user based on that. There's some, notifications that may not be based on actions. For example, you want a particular user to take a particular action that they would not normally take. Let's say, for example, I want you to update your profile, right, or verify your account so that you can be able to access maybe like a coupon or something on that app, right? notifications can be very useful to that. So why are notifications important to your project? You want to be able, there are several things that notifications can help you do as a developer. So one example is verifications. You want to be able to authenticate your users by sending them like OTPs across channels. So notifications help you with that. Internal notifications. Let's say, for example, you're connected to like a third-party provider, and you want to be able to notify your team about incidents that's happened, or like the wallet balance is low, or there's a downtime. You can make use of notifications. User activities. So a user performs a particular activity. You want to keep your users up to speed with those key actions. Also, user actions. You can notify your users before they carry out an action or when an action is required. And finally, you want to be able to suggest some actions to these users. For example, there's a new update on your app, and you want them to be able to update to the latest version. So the next thing is, what are the channels that can be used to either notify these users or you? So we are not limited to just using a particular channel. Most times, there are apps that you make use of today, and you're just saying like SMS, maybe push notifications at times, right? So there are several channels that you can notify your users through, or yourself, or your team. For example, you have like SMS, you have emails, you have push notifications, you have WhatsApp, you also have like some in-app notifications too, right? And you also have like Slack. Some teams make use of Microsoft Teams too. So you can notify your team or your users through these channels. So for example, someone submits like a form on your app, and you want to be able to notify your team that, okay, this particular action has been taken by a user. So you can make use of Slack as a way of notifying your team. So the next question, which is like the main part of this topic, is what are flexible notifications and why is it still a topic today? So this answers like 3 questions that I've noted here. Customers are very dynamic. We've built applications, and we see customers using our applications in different ways, right? So same applies to like notifications. Because I have a phone does not mean that I use WhatsApp to receive notifications. It does not mean that my email is on my phone, right? So there are different ways you can send notifications to customers or to your team. So what flexible notification answers is, have you tried to notify your users or send OTPs through different messaging channels? And you could not get like an easy tool that allows you to access those channels from one place. So today, as developers, we have to like jump from one platform to another platform to integrate different channels that we want to use in our projects. So that's one of the questions that flexible notifications answers. Another one is, have you had to integrate like each messaging channel one by one? You want to integrate Slack notifications, you want to integrate like push notifications into your app. You want to also integrate like in-app notifications, you want to integrate like emails. And you have to jump from like SendGrid, jump to like Twilio, jump to like different platforms, right? Another one is, have you had to integrate like multiple providers for just one channel? So because one particular provider fails every single time, right? So you have to integrate like 2 or 3 other providers to make sure that you have like fallbacks. So this answers the question of why flexible notifications are very important. You want to be able to allow your users to get notified through channels they can easily see messages and take action. Your users have different preferences. So you need a smart way to be able to handle and manage those notifications. So you don't have to start debugging for each channel and on different platforms, basically. So this leads us to the term notification management infrastructure. So what does notification management infrastructure? It means that there's a platform that allows you to manage all your channels in just one place, right? And you are able to have just one point of failure when you are, building, basically. So I'm building a payment app right now, and I'm going to make use of like SMS, voice, or emails, or WhatsApp, right? And I want to be able to know when my messages did not deliver, right? So you want a single platform that helps you with like login, to know where the issues are coming from, that helps you to process those messages or queue those messages so that your messages do not fail. So there are two. So the next part we're going to go to is what are the simple platforms for managing all your notifications in one place. So I divided it into two categories. The first one is multi-channel communication infrastructure. So this is where you have a single platform that has all these channels. So here, once you integrate them, you have access to all the channels that they have without like any complex setup. So for example, if you're using like SendChamp or you're using Twilio today, you have access to like SMS, WhatsApp, voice, and those channels, right? But there's a second type, which is like the notification handler infrastructure. This platform allows you to also use other platforms that you're familiar with. So these platforms aggregate like different communication providers in one place. This means that, you have the flexibility of choosing the platforms you want to use for each of the channels. So Prosper mentioned Novu. Novu is also one of these notification handler infrastructure. You have Courier, you also have like OneSignal. I know mobile developers know OneSignal because it was mostly used for push notifications before. But right now you can like add, SMS, you can add emails to OneSignal. So in the course of this topic, I'll be focusing on notification handler infrastructure and using Courier as a case study. So my demo is just going to be based on Courier, and I'm going to be very fast about it. So what does it mean to have a flexible notification in your app? It means that you don't have to deal with multiple integrations, right? You integrate Courier once or you integrate Novo once, and you don't have to start integrating different providers. You just need to configure them on a simple dashboard. You have one failure point, one source of truth. When you're sending notifications, you have a single place to track your errors instead of multiple dashboards. Easy routing to different channels. So I can route from SMS to Slack to emails to any channel I want to route to. So logging is also a very important advantage of flexible notification platforms or notification handler infrastructures. So it helps you log issues across providers and channels in one place, so you know where the issue is coming from. So let's say, for example, it's coming from Plivo, or it's coming from SendChamp, or it's coming from Twilio, right? You are able to know where those issues are coming from. You can easily debug, and of course, you can have templates. And so instead of creating your templates inside your application or in your application, you can make use of all these tools to create those templates, pass the template ID, and you're good to go. So yes, especially for people that don't like manipulating, manipulating like templates. I don't know if you've tried adding like email templates into your app. You know how difficult it can be when you're trying to make adjustments to it. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a short demo. Remember, it has been a while I wrote code, so if my code is messy, please don't laugh at me. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm going to be demoing a very simple app, and yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be showing the code, so that works. So I worked on this project. It was a mini project for a friend. This is not clear enough. You can, oh, okay. Okay, good. Okay. Is it clear enough? Okay. So I worked on this simple project for someone 2 months ago. I wanted to get my hands really dirty. So I'm not supposed to put my key there. It's supposed to be in my environment file. But please pardon me. Don't worry, I'm going to I'll close the account when I'm done, or change that key. So, yeah, so 5 minutes. Yeah, thanks. So basically what this app does is um, helps you like make requests for like skincare products, basically, right? So, but what I'm going to do basically is that someone is going to fill a form, and I'm going to like send notifications via either SMS or via WhatsApp, right? Or via email to the person. So, um, yeah, so basically what I had to do was just create a particular service for courier here. And this particular function, right, handles like sending either emails or SMS, without like changing anything. So I'm first going to do a demo with my number. So when it works, I will now ask for your number. So I don't shoot myself in the leg today. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me just fire this request with now. Um, yeah. Okay, so basically what I'm doing here is after the person fills like the form here, I am sending, I'm sending a notification to the person. Okay, I got it. So I can test it with guys right now. So if you want to share your email, I can always write it and something. Yeah, your phone number too. Okay. 081. Do you want to come forward? Yeah. Mm-hmm. 08109. Mm, 934. Mm-hmm. 3220. Okay. So I'm going to just change the channel here. So, I mean, I'm doing this manually, but of course, you can pass it into your functions and you are good to go. I'm not using Node Mod too, so everybody will be right. Uh, so let's see if you got it. Yeah, I think I was supposed to demo like Korea itself. Let me show how Korea works. So, okay. Yeah. So basically, right, what you can do when you come to like Korea, you can add like the different channels that you want. So today I'm using like, I've configured like Slack, I've configured Mailgun, I've configured Telenex, right? So you want to put like your credentials there. You can actually even do like a very quick test here. So for example, I can send an SMS here, right, just for you to see. Let me copy this. So you can send that. Then after sending that, you now have like logs. You can be able to see those logs and see that your messages were sent and everything. So I think I'm done with like my demo. I don't know if anybody has any question to ask. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you very much.